everybody, it's Wedge. I'm out here on the AT doing one of my practice hikes for my attempted through hike, which is coming up here in a couple of weeks. We're going to talk about the thoughts that run through your mind, like worrying about your family and worrying about injury and things like that. A new thought that has never had to enter my mind when it comes to hiking is production value and things about dealing with lighting and cameras and stuff, things of that nature, taking into account that a camera adds easily 10 pounds on you every time you take a video. If anybody's wondering, right now I have 5 cameras on me. But the thoughts that are arriving in my head are, do I want to do 20-minute videos with lots of cuts? Do I want to do a 5-minute video with cuts? Do I want to do a straight 5-minute video on just what happened of the day with a couple of pictures thrown in? In addition, worrying if I have all the gear I need and such and so forth, which I'm really not that worried about, because if I don't have it, I'm fairly good at adapting. So I'll deal with it until I could get one at a later date. Maybe today wasn't exactly the best day to come out and do a training hike. It's an absolute bluebird day, not a cloud in the sky. Temperature is about 30 degrees. This is perfect hiking weather right here. And as everybody knows, the AT isn't exactly the place for perfect hiking weather. Now that I've been doing a lot of research on doing the AT, having just been a day hiker and a weekend backpacker for the last 30 years, when you're hiking around, you start noticing things that you never noticed before, like stealth sites and switchbacks. Never really paid attention to that sort of thing before. Now it's one of the first things I see. Getting used to the new technology is, for someone my age, I'm in that middle range where technology showed up when we were still young, but we were old enough that we didn't grow up with it. So I'm switching to using a Far Out app. I'm not using paper maps like I once did. I'm going to have a Garmin inReach Mini 2, which, back in the old days, you just didn't show up for a week and then they decided to send people out looking for you. Things like having a rechargeable headlamp are awesome. That way I don't have to go through batteries like all the time. Keep having to go to stores when things start running low. I also have a GPS watch now that my wife bought me. Thank you, Cindy. And a power bank I could take in the woods and could recharge my stuff for a few days. Is the one I'm taking overkill? Probably. It's a 20,000. But I have the peace of mind that I can recharge everything I need to. And if anybody else at the campsite needs to, that they don't have one, they could use mine. Food has definitely come a long way. Back in the day when we used to take Ziploc bags and just empty cans of food in it, or some people that I used to see just carry the whole cans all the time, which I thought I was being smart by just dumping them in bags and then boiling them in the bag with my pot set, which had like 4 pieces. Now I'm only using it to toques. And just about everything I'm eating is just add water. Let sit for 20 minutes. Thankfully, my wife is a lot smarter than I am. So she bought a dehydrator and she has been making all the meals that I'm going to be eating on the trail, for the most part, And I've tried them. They're fantastic. I mean, you could just eat them like regularly, not just on trail. I mean, they're delicious. She makes a Thanksgiving meal that is just everything you could ask for. I'm going to have a lot of Indian food. I know some of you might not think that's the best idea, but that'll accompany the Mexican food I'm going to be eating on trail. All of which is fine because my cat hole skills are top notch. If anybody needs a hand, well, no, forget that. Don't ask. I do feel good about all my gear. I feel like everything I have is pretty dialed in at this point. Very content with the tent and my backpack and my clothes Really like my sleep system. I love my quilt. I love my sleeping pad. I know a lot of people have issues with the thermarest, getting holes in it. So we'll see how that goes. But I do have backups. Not that I'm going to be carrying with me, but I can have sent to me. And I'll just have to deal for a few days. Starting to get down to the wire though. I have less than half a month till I set out. At first, I'm not going to be going alone. I've got my cousin who lives out in Washington State. He's going to be coming with me for about the first 3 weeks. I'm excited about that. It'll be the first time we spend time together with each other. I hope he doesn't think I'm an asshole. I know a lot of people think that. It's not an uncommon thought. I just like to joke around a lot. Some people don't have that in them. He seems to have a good sense of humor. So this should really be fun. I'm gonna wrap it up here. And this way I could save some content for later because, you know, there's only so much you could talk about. Well, and I could talk for hours and hours. Make this longer than War and Peace, but for your sake, I'll just keep down to a few minutes. And I'm trying not to die when I'm walking down this. I want to thank you all very much for watching my videos and making it this far. And if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.